We're up and running. I'm just going to send out a notification on the Discord. And then we'll be good to go. Well, it should be pretty chill this time. I'm not really... I have no crew here. It's just me and the comment. Just my plan is to build a little Atmos on the side of my ship here. I'm gonna do some Atmos things. Gonna try. We'll see how well it goes. It might end up horribly. I've done this once before, and it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't really. It was a learning experience. Let's put it that way. But I have a little bit better idea now, so we're gonna try again. Just want all these. Need mats. Mats. Been salvaging for a little bit, so got some mats. That's good. And yeah, so put that in. There we go. Got lots now. Take these 30 uranium sheets. Go shove these into the generators. I have to go do some mining just to get some uranium, some gas. Could just pay for it. And that'll keep me going for a little bit. So that'll keep me going for a bit. This double emergency tank is so good. You basically never run out of oxygen unless you run it for a very long time. So it's one of the reasons why I like this ship, because it comes with this little vendor that has it. I think you can go to Frontier Outpost and get those, but whatevs. Alright, I got lots of metal sheets now, so I think we have enough to complete. Let's build some more rod. More rod. There we go. Turn this on. I should have enough space here. Let's see. Want one tile perimeter. Let's see here. Let's start mapping this out. I love how you construct things in this game. It's so good. Let's see. So let's do a solid wall. Okay, so I kind of want, one tile obstructed. Do I have to put a tile down first? I think I have to put tiles down first, so let's build those. Dark tiles, we'll just build a whole bunch. It's quite a few.
The electrokinetic front has left the sector.
So the interior of this chamber is going to be 2x2. The exterior then, to make sure that it accommodates that. And so this is going to be our burn chamber here. Okay, can I do a solid wall now? Yes, I can. It's S14, because I do not... Yes, this is SS14. I do not know this UI. Yeah, well. Imagine if you played TG Station, it would be somewhat familiar. I don't know, though. I don't play TG Station. Alright. So I have some... Just kind of mapping everything out here. And, the window. There we go. Alright. So I want air scrubbers here, here, here. Now, I don't know if I can have sensors, air sensors on top of a scrubber. Can I? It'll let me do that? No. Because I do want an air sensor. I can put one there, but I need that space for the injector. So it's not very helpful. I could turn one of these window. No, I can't really do that because if I do that, I gotta replace this with a solid window. I mean, I could turn a window around, just have a little jut in. That's where the air intake goes. I don't know. Because I do want an air sensor. I want to know what's going on inside this thing. Maybe for now we'll try it with 2 scrubbers. We'll see how that goes. If it doesn't work out, and then the ejector. What's that? Okay, now we gotta build some. Let's see. Electric pump. Oh, I can't. Okay, we really gotta just make sure we do all the flippin' pipes first. You played VG years ago, but I drifted to MP games. Hopefully you're doing well. I love your vids. Thank you. I'm sorry I haven't made a vid in a while. I feel bad for that. I don't know. Sometimes it's just hard. It's just been hard to sit down to get to editing. Not like because of anything. Is that a load-bearing revolution banner? Probably. It's just hard to sit down to get to editing. Okay, raid. So build the radiator down, around. A little bit weary to have a T pipe here. That means this gas isn't cooled at all for a little bit, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. It should be okay. All right, now it's time to do radiator things. Lots and lots of radiator things. If we want the gas super cold, so we gotta do radiator things. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Okay, so connect these, and these, and these. Just upload and edit VODs like a true streamer, right? I used to do that with the Space Station 13 like rounds because they were short. With these, I'd still have to chop them up. At least I would feel more comfortable chopping them. I could chop them up and have them, less edited. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing. Elias, I'm doing some like grungy Atmos work here. Let's see. I'm doing like dirty Atmos. So it'd be wild if we actually weaponize gas exhaust from a dedicated gas heating ship. I mean, it's possible, I guess. Let's see. You guys and your weapons. You always want to make weapons. Whatever happened to make peace, not war? Something like that. It goes something like that, okay? Let's see, I want a mixer.
Flare has erupted from the nearby star. This may cause some channels to go down for the duration of the flare.
Oh, yeah, put it here. Connector port here. Here. And then I want a pipe. Actually, yeah, no, it still has to be that way. Okay. And then solid pipe. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to turn that down. Think of docking voluntarily with ship that releases a hell burn through your docking port. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what you could do that. Probably wouldn't work as well because all ships have these little doodads that keep the atmosphere separated. So the atmosphere can't go this way or this way. So it's kind of a little cheat they do to keep the atmospheres. So there's not. So yeah, some things you can't really quite do. You'd have to get the can onto the ship and then do that. All right. So, I think that's everything that I want. 2 scrubbers, yeah. I'll wait to do the airlock electrics and all that stuff. Got to build all this. Build all the things. This is what a construction bag is good for. But, you know me, I gotta do everything the hard way. That. Don't need that. I don't need it. Alright. 30 more sheets, please. Build the walls up. So it's just a little tiny burn chamber. I'm going to try to make tritium with this. And I'll talk more about that process when we get there. But the main idea is you have to have your plasma. You have to have about 96 times more plasma than oxygen in a burn chamber. And then you ignite it, and it turns into tritium. And you actually have to vacuum it out pretty quick, otherwise it'll turn into water vapor due to the heat. And so that's what the scrubbers are for. And that's what this big radiator setup is for, is to get all the gases out as cold as possible. So, we'll see if we can do it or not. I did it last night, and it worked out using a similar setup. I only had one scrubber, and I think the scrubber couldn't keep up. So we'll see how it goes with 2 scrubbers. That should help. Because the big problem is that with... if it does heat up, it'll turn to water vapor. And it will significantly increase the pressure inside the chamber, which is a problem because the air injector only works up to about 9,000 kPa. So we got to try to keep the pressure down. And one way to do that is to not have it turned into water vapor. And also water vapor is just wasteful. It's crappy gas. It's not worth anything. So, if you can not have it, instead have the tritium, that would be much better, because tritium is worth more. I think tritium's worth about 50 bucks a mole, which is pretty good. Okay. Let's see, windows. Need some glass for those. Now, I think we've got so now we can put in the other windows. Mainly using the directional windows to give me a bit more space on the other side, so that I can have these pumps sitting on the tile instead of one tile away, so that at least things go a little bit easier. I'm not quite sure which is better. I'm using volumetric pumps here, so I move the gas by volume rather than by pressure. I don't know if that's better or not. Okay, so one thing is you can actually work on multiple windows at once, so that's helpful. Okay, do that. Alright. I'm gonna need a T-ray scanner to wire everything up. Not that. Go. Have a creepy mask there. I don't even know how much that thing is worth. It says it seems like it's cursed. I wonder if that's true. Okay, so I could grab this wire here. Da, da, da. Pry up tiles. Thankfully, laying wire is a lot easier. Just click on the tile. It really does just handle a lot of the messy work for you. You don't even need to wire it right into the thing. Just need to get it close enough. There we go. See? Oops. Helps if I breathe, eh? Is that one not wired? Do I gotta wire it? There we go. There we go. Everything should be powered now. Wonderful. I have to go find some food. Or just deal with the movement debuff. I'm not gonna lie, I just tried to burn plasma, make the biggest temps number go up. Makes dopamine go... Any side effect is just a bit of it. You can get some pretty wild temperatures, to be honest. I wish I could work with the TEG, but you need to be on Edison to do that. And you need to be the plant manager, which is a whitelist role. Oops. Just lay down glass. I didn't realize it was that easy. Probably need like a door lock, electric or something. Force steel. I'm gonna need to do that, and I'm gonna need an air alarm and a switch. Probably make a wall right here, actually. Oh. Let's see. So put a wall there, and I don't really want a wall there because that's just going to cause issues. Could put one here, I guess. I could just put the button right there. That'll be, well, should be okay. Just want to limit my ability to bump into the door because that could be really annoying. But let's see. I'll do the button frame. And the button. So I need that later. I can't place it yet. Okay. Let's see. More steel for the wall. So my idea is... And the purpose of the air alarm is to control the devices in here. You can get your air readings and stuff. Everything's just right there. Otherwise, I link to this one that's way, way down here, and I got to walk back and forth. And if I get hungry, that movement debuff is just going to make it so annoying. Because that's what happened yesterday. I was just walking back and forth. I'm like, no, I really need the air alarm. I need LV cables. And I need the air alarm electronics. Not that one. Get out of here. Air alarm and door. There we go. Boink. Put that in. And then I'll use a screwdriver. There we go. Now we go in here. We go bloop, bloop, bloop. I get that? I hope so. Add them. Did I not build this yet? Oh, I gotta... Thought I had it built, but I guess not. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I damaged my eyes also when I didn't use... The consequences for not using welding goggles are quite severe. So use goggles. Engineering goggles or a weld mask. Somehow, HOS and Captain are always fine with a black hole powering the full station, but the minute you recreate the sun, they suddenly have an issue with it. It's true. I don't know if I can actually use this because... oh, never mind. Apparently that's just okay. All right. There we go. Yeah, I damaged my eyes yesterday. There we go. Now we can add this too. That here. Perfect. So now when I open this up, we got the scrubbers and sensors. 2.2K. Why does it have 3 sensors? It should only have the one. Do the scrubbers have... Oh, the scrubbers have their own sensors? Oh. That's good to know. Whatever. I didn't even notice that. If the scrubbers have their own sensors, I didn't need to do that. Whatever. Who cares? Okay, so... I need door electrics for the door. I mean, interestingly, I actually don't. I could probably just do this. Never mind. Thought that might work. But it won't. I gotta anchor it first. Can I just close it this way now? No. 5x glass. Some guy's just like freaking dying out on the radio. Feeling dizzy. LV cables. Vox News. Oh, what is it? Screwdriver? Yeah. Bloop. There. So the purpose of that door is to actually eject the empty out the chamber and give me access to it if I need it. It's the only reason why I have that door. Okay. Now we need to make a button. So we'll put the button in.
The trade depot just sent word that a cargo teleporter has malfunctioned. Be on the lookout for
And
it.
then this one. The crates that event causes can be really annoying.
Nanotrazen has remotely triggered the ship's MTL drive to adhere to traffic guidelines and ensure non-collision. The ship has left the sector.
Because that's a random event that occurs, and there'll be a ship that'll have a couple of crates. I had one that contained a kangaroo that tried to kill me. I'm like, no thank you. I just left it in there. Fortunately, it was labeled, and it couldn't break out. Unlike in Space Station 14. That joke doesn't work anymore. Okay, I need an igniter. Igniter. This one. And this can just sit on top of the air injector. Bloop. We'll set these pumps to max and on. These are all ready to go. And so I set the air scrubbers. You go into this thing. And then you have the scrubbers. They're by default there. So you want them on wide net because that makes them a little bit more effective. We only want tritium, and that's it. There we go. So is this one wide net tritium? Perfect. All right, so we got 2 scrubbers. They're going to be scrubbing. Wonderful. I fortunately have a can here that I can just chuck on to the port. Bloop. Need a gas analyzer because I want to see what's in the can. And then, so this one, go up here. And I get on secondary port. I have no idea what my daughter's doing. Buffalonium's putting her to bed, but my goodness. She's sure excited about whatever is going on. So we'll try leaving the settings at the default. So we want primary port, which is this one, to be 97%, side port to be 3%. It gives us a little bit of wiggle room. Got to link up the igniter, so we link this to the igniter, press trigger. Very simple. All right, we're going to start with a lower volume. We'll say 25. The wiki says 50, but when I've done 50, it's not gone well. So it might be better now. I have more scrubbers. We'll see what happens. I want to fill up my oxygen tank, and we'll try it. I think everything's good to go. I think we're good to go. Base daughter being excited about fire. She's going to bed. She doesn't even know what we're doing down here. Alright. That's annoying. Little graphical bug or something. Why does it do that? Just because I'm facing away. Alright, so we got 50. Those are set up. Scrubbers are set up. So this should be good to go. So keep that somewhere over here, I guess. All right, so turn this on. Let's go start the whole process. So if we look at the sensors and the gases, we'll see the oxygen, plasma are getting pumped in. So we'll wait till the pressure builds up a bit. Carbon dioxide. From what? There shouldn't even be a fire in there. Not yet. Okay. Wait till we at least have 1 mole of plasma. So it's coming in at a pretty slow rate. That's fine. Probably manage it a little bit easier. Okay. So now, I'll press the button. Fire! Because that's what happens. Let's see, gases, what do we got? Alright, so started, we're getting tritium. See it down here. And now we started tritium production. Plasma's still coming in, oxygen's still doing its thing. And we're starting to get some tritium. Probably nothing in the can yet, down here. Because it's got to travel a ways. You can actually see it's kind of green in there. Can't really. Oh, got water vapor now. See, so we weren't even able to get that much out before we started. And look at the pressure climb. So I'm not sure if it was just too much still. Might have been at 25, so I guess we'll try going down to 10. This batch might be ruined, though. Still getting a little bit, but with the... Are we even getting any... I wonder if we're getting any tritium into the barrel. Can regular gases heat? I don't know what that means. No, nothing yet. I mean, you know, everything can heat. As far as I know. I mean, everything's heating up here. I think I see a little bit of green tint there. For some reason, carbon dioxide got in here. But you can see that, so we got like 0.2 tritium in here. Let's just make sure all the other... you know what? I think one of those pumps isn't working. This pump isn't powered. Well, that would explain that. Let's fix that. Probably don't have enough LV cable to get all the way around there. Gotta power my other pump. There we go. That would do it. Would cause an issue. I think we're generating mainly water vapor at this point. Because I found that once water vapor gets in there, it's really hard. I might have to actually filter it. I might not have a choice. I might just have to filter it out. And what I could do is I could just filter it out and then filter everything, like the tritium whatever, later. Let's see. Water vapor, copy. See if that helps, just to get the water vapor out. Make sure everything works before I fire it up. What do I look like, an engineer? All right, let's try this again. Bloop. Not a lot of plasma in there right now. We filtered out the water vapor. So this cannon's probably mostly water vapor right now. But hey, we've gotten, we've gotten some tritium. And pretty cool. Negative 247. That's pretty good. So that part of things is working. And I'll filter out the, I can build a little gas filter to filter out the tritium from the rest of the crap later. Look at the temperature. 10K. So one thing I'm kind of wondering is, what if I switch to like a 50-50 mix at this point? Because how it works is once there's a certain amount of oxygen in there, oxygen will turn into oxygen and plasma combine in a 1-to-1 ratio. So you just need to have a lot of oxygen in there, and then you kind of want to make it a 50-50 mix so that you actually start making tritium again. And it looks like we're kind of making it and kind of not. Getting a bit of water vapor, but also a bit of tritium. I'm going to have to shut the pump off soon and let things drain. Because that pressure's getting up there. Let's do that now, actually. Alright, well, we'll wait for that to drain. Heat goes brrr! Let's see, what was I going to do here? Fill up my oxygen. the other oxygen can. Now I'll go find another wreck to salvage. See if I can find a food truck, but I don't know, man. Hard to find. I did a bit of food truck. I didn't want the bananium. Just wanted these. Get back in there. Go find some mining or another wreck. Split to have. Bloop, bloop. How are we doing? Okay. The gas man must be paid. Let's see. I gotta take off my helmet. Found another fun bug. If you drink coffee latte, it just decreases the. I don't know. I think it just doesn't metabolize or something, or metabolizes super slow. And I was only able to. Oh, why do I got to get rid of freaking bots? Whatever. Die. Okay. Or it like reduces the amount that you have in your stomach. I can only drink like 10 units at a time. It sucked. So I was just perpetually thirsty and hungry. I couldn't even go to a food truck to fix it because, like, what are they going to do? They're going to give me food. I'm going to try to eat it. Just eat the uranium. That's like 10K calories. You know, I wish, right? Okay. Just flying around with an Atmos rig stapled to my. Okay, turn my gas on. Do some salvaging. Ooh, there's a Spidey on there. Isn't that exciting? Wow, go Team Spidey. Oh, there's a couple of little dudes hanging out. All right. Gotta use your kinetic accelerator here and just blast them. The only thing is, can't go through grills. That's annoying. Is that at least you can shoot through them. Oh. That little tick was like, hey, come hither. Go. These spiders are annoying. If they bite you, they will poison you, and it's like a knockout toxin, so it makes you go to sleep. And it really sucks. Especially sucks if you're in space and it happens, because then you just die. So if they bite you, just like run to your ship as fast as you can. Just go. Let's see, no gases, but we got a research disc. I picked them up. They're not worth that much unless they're a 10K one. This one isn't. Usually they're 1K ones, 1,000 points, which is a little bit. I mean, if you get enough of them, you can certainly sell them to. I usually sell them to a scientist for like, $1 a point, a currency a point. Chemicals, not very good chemicals, whatever. All right, let's go get our machines. Oh, damn, a trophy. It's actually not worth that much. So, construction box just hoovers up all the construction materials. So any mats that are just laying around, got some plastic over there. Whatever, I'll grab the trophy anyway. There we go. A golden cup. What if you can drink out of it? Let's see. Deactivate. Dump. It's worth a lot emotionally, right? Yeah, exactly. It's an emotion. It's a moral victory. Let's see. Activate this, and the dumpster hoovers up all the things that you can put in a processor to recycle. Doesn't get all of them. It will only get things that are flagged as garbage. So, like the pickaxe and crowbar could be, turned into stuff. Like it could be reprocessed, but it doesn't pick those up. That generator doesn't pick that up. It's pretty big anyway. Da-da-da. Let's deactivate that. All right. All right. Oh, don't need that. Let's see. Got the pressure down in here. Not really. Why is it so high? What gases are left? Oxygen, plasma. Geez, I guess I'll have to vent out a little bit. Or can I just... Interesting. How come, wonder why it's, backed up. 10 moles of water vapor. Jeez. Alright. Is it just because it's so hot? It's probably just because it's so hot. Alright, well. Let's, here, we'll vent out a little bit. Starts back up, starts producing more water vapor. Quite a bit of trit though, so that's good. So I'm gonna wait for that to clear out. Guess we'll go back to a 97. 3 mix for the time being.
A low-level EMP has flashed through the sector. CENTCOM has triggered a failsafe that may disable some ships' APCs to
Let's
protect them
see.
from damage.
Turn that on. Oh, we're starting to produce tritium again. And water vapor. See, I almost think I need that third scrubber. I don't know. It's effing hot. Yeah, it's 30,000 degrees. At this temperature, the Celsius and the Kelvin are almost the same. Ah. Getting a bit more water vapor than trit, unfortunately. A lot more. Nothing I can really do about it either. Jeez. So much more water vapor. And it's just because the scrubbers, I think they just can't keep up. You can't adjust this anymore. Apparently making them wide helps. It kind of gets them to do the surrounding tiles, but I don't know, man. Has to be for how hot? 32? See, that's for now. Yeah, you're missing a couple zeros. Missing a couple zeros. Adjusting this upward probably wouldn't help. I don't know if I turned it up to like 50. It'll probably just flood the chamber and then flame out once the temperature gets too high. Yeah. We're reducing a little bit more trit, but a lot more water vapor, so. Nope. And now we've reached the limit of the air injector. It's too hot. The other thing is this goes through oxygen like nobody's business. You don't use up that much plasma because I haven't really gotten to the point where I can actually start doing a one-to-one plasma oxygen ratio. I never seem to get to that point. I always end up with too much water vapor. God, that's a lot. For a plasma canister, 15K? If only I had a spare one. That's crazy. Wonder what he wants plasma canister for. Why is he paying so much? Wish my effing pile was fun. Go ahead and follow until we stop. Your pilot listen to you. What if I reduce this? Put it down to 2. Let's let out some gas. There we go. And it might just be the heat too. Actually, reducing the plasma wouldn't. Let's try a 50-50 mix. Add a low injection, see what that does. Oh, that's doing a little bit better. Getting more, getting a lot more water vapor and some trit. Doesn't seem to be doing any better, really. Getting 1 mole water vapor per 0.2 moles of trit. It's just the scrubbers can't keep up. I don't know. Making a heat chamber and calling it a wife because it's so hot. Lol. That's an Atmos joke. Oh, yeah, the chamber gave out again due to heat. Heat pressure. So yeah, there's something I'm doing wrong there. I just don't know what it is. I keep experimenting. Go find another wreck while that sorts itself out. I might have to go mining. Get some uranium. If it is not forthcoming on the wrecks, on the rocks. But yeah, running a food truck was interesting. However, there is one annoying thing. Wow, bag ore of holding 30K. That's pretty good. The annoying thing about about running a food truck is you have to know the recipes. If you don't know them by heart, you got to go into the game guide, which is here. And it's nice. I'm glad that this is here. What I hate is I can't put it on another screen. So I got to go down to the recipes, and I got this big window in my way while I'm trying to figure it out. So I basically can use this part of the screen, but you can't really because you got to, your screen center's on your character. So it's really nice. You basically got to look at the thing, and you got to brush it aside, and then try to do the thing, and then look at the thing and brush it aside. Look at the thing. It's really annoying. I wish there's no wiki. You're not going to find it on a wiki. The Space Station 14 General Wiki, the recipes in this server are different, so it's not going to help you. You just have to do that. You have to suffer. Everybody wants you to suffer. That's all there is to it. How much range do I have here? 10? Well, I could split this in half. Go feed the generators. Just have to suffer. This one turn off? That's not good. As far as I was running on one. Surprised it actually let me do that. Usually these things, your power will go right away if you run on one generator. Okay. Clicking on books and opening a wiki page was great. Is that a thing? Something do that? 'Cause I like that. Sounds great. Sounds good. All right. Let's see here. No, not quite empty enough. Ooh, look, the little fire's getting spicy. Hey, Alan. How are you? How goes the extraction of tritium? It's going. It's, not the best. Just trying my little grungy Atmos chamber here. Alright, so we're going to go back to the, we'll do 98 and 2. On VG. The VG station. God, it's still hot enough that yeah, still getting a lot more water vapor than tritium. Would be nice if it was the other way around, wouldn't it? A little bit of carbon dioxide. I should actually be scrubbing that too, to be honest. There we go. Get that CO2 out of there. That holds heat as well. It's probably mostly water vapor. I tried signing on to a gas mining ship just to see if they knew anything. They didn't even know that you had to separate the gases to sell them, or it doesn't sell as much. And I tried to tell them, and they didn't listen to me because the plant manager told them it was okay, and the plant manager was wrong. And this is why I hate whitelisted roles, because the idea is that, oh, maybe the plant manager should know how all the things work. But no, no, no. He's just buddies with the admin or something, so he just gets the job. You have to go on Discord, fill a little space application to be the plant manager. And so many times I pull into Edison and the frickin' place is blowing apart. So I don't understand who's getting these roles, who's getting whitelisted for these roles when when they don't seem to know what they're doing. And it really bugs me. Whitelisting's always been a terrible practice. I've never seen it work out. And that goes for Goon Station too. I remember Goon Station. Oh, we whitelist the players so that only the best people are head of security or something. And then all the best people got onto their own Discord server and trash talked the rest of the admin team of the community. So yeah, it's just whitelisting's awful. What is the goal of this Atmos? It's for me to learn how to tritium. That's what the goal is. And I'm kind of doing it and I'm kind of not. I mean, I'm making some, but there's so much water vapor. I'm sure that for other people, this is like flipped the other way around. I'm not sure why. It's like the scrubbers can't keep up with it or something. I don't know, man. I do not know. This is just a little tiny chamber to see if I can do something. But so far it hasn't been working out that much. That well. It could just be that it's too low pressure, but I'm pretty sure if I turn it up, it's just going to be worse. Yeah. 0.02 to 0.2, 10 times more water vapor than tritium. Oh, how wonderful. Here, let's try turning this off and letting the water vapor come out. I'm just just posting it's keeping up. Tritium? Sure it is. Stone Flame, a ton of SS14. Yeah, well. I've been playing a lot lately, but yeah. Just trying my own little thing here. I'm just gonna let that drain out of other gases. Let's go see.
Atmos waste systems in the sector appear to be malfunctioning. Some ships
What we got over
experience
here?
gas buildup until they reset.
In the meantime, just do some salvaging. You know, it's important to keep busy. Gotta keep busy. Gotta keep busy. Oh, a little radioactive barrel there. Watch out for that. Don't get radiated, friend. Da, da, da. Little fish. Fish. A fish out of water story. Haha, get it? Because we're in space. Oh, there's another one. Die! Oh, come on. Probably won't see many other players, unfortunately, because I'm just kind of lone wolfing it. No zany shenanigans this time. Just me messing around with Atmos, collecting discs. Unfortunately, unless you have like 25,000 points in discs, it's not really worth it to go sell them because the scientist isn't going to want to come get them. I've seen an interesting setup where a freezer was used to cool gases below 372 so the tritium doesn't react with the oxygen to make the water vapor. Interesting. But the tritium and well, the oxygen and tritium have to, like, the tritium or the plasma and oxygen have to be hot. So how would others is overrated? How would that? Because the problem is I have to heat up the oxygen and the plasma, and then the tritium's still there after, and that's what causes the issue. I mean, there are some other things we could try. At least I have another oxygen tank now to play around with. One idea I could try is running a radiator pipe through the chamber and just having like a plasma burn, like just have, another trophy. We'll get it. We'll get it. Have another like instead of using an air injector, just run a radiator through the chamber that has the mix in it. And that way, any tritium is immediately carried off. It doesn't sit in the chamber while it's trying to wait for these little scrubbers to get it, which seems to have issues. So maybe that would work? I don't know. Because it's very hot in there right now. Let's turn that on. So that could be an option. We could renovate this. Just take out the air injector in this scrubber and just run a chamber through. Or run a radiator through and see what happens. Have to see how hot it gets. Use a gas pipe sensor. Could be an excuse to experiment with that. Because, yeah, getting way too much. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we will. Let's turn this off. I mean, we could just, would a rapid heating cooling system be possible? Well, that's kind of what it would be, because the radiator would go through, and then it would enter this other radiator, which cools everything right down. So that's kind of what would happen. I think I would basically need another... I would need to run the burn here, and then when the gas gets hot, transfer these tanks down to, because I don't have enough plasma. I don't have another plasma tank, but it could work because it's so hot in there. Let's see. Okay, hold on. We can try. We can try. Let's go get that trophy first so I don't forget, because I'll forget. Grab the uranium too so I can keep the engine running. Probably going to need to go back for gas and maybe some food. Where was the trophy? There it is. Have a trophy. Lots of storage canisters. That's good for filtering things out. I'm going to do that at the end, though.
Attention.
Bloop. Okay. So, if we're going to do reno it, we're probably going to need to... we'll need to take out... we could run the radiator through here and have a gas thing here. Thanks for the trophy. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Let's see. I'm kind of dealing with limited space.
Scans indicate an unknown ship is about to FTL into the sector. Any attempts to salvage the vessel are done at your own risk.
Gas pipe sensor. We'll want one of those. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Alright, let's empty out the chamber. So we can do that anyway. turn off the scrubbers for now. There we go. So they're turned off. And we'll turn off that pump. I wonder how long I need the radiator to be. I wonder if I need it to, like... Maybe I should do that. Just make it a little bit longer. Get rid of both. Get rid of this pump. I'm asking what's your ratio? It was starting at 98 and 2. I was doing 97 and 3. It's good to have it a little bit over, I've heard. I don't know. This is what Reddit tells me. How do you just deconstruct this thing? I gotta weld it again. Oh, poop. I damaged my eyes. Oh, you get to see what that's like. Why did I take my goggles? Oh, I had a weld mask. That's why. See? So now my eyes are damaged. Now everything looks kind of weird. Oh, well. Bring that out here. Grab this. Bring these out. Da, 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 da. Let's see. There. Atmos is hell. For some reason, moles mean more air, but less KPS doesn't mean anything. That's life. Okay, so now I'm going to go with... I know, like, a little bit. This is a learning experience for me. Okay. Now we're going to build a similar mixer. Like this. And then connector. Connector port. Won't really worry about flow rate as much here. So let's get the steel I need, which is going to be a lot. See, it's kind of like, yeah, Atmos is difficult, but also it kind of just makes me want to figure it out more. So I just waste my time doing this stuff. I mean, you know, I could make a ton of money just by going and mining. I don't need to be doing this. Even if this works out, it probably won't make as much money as if I just went and mined ore. But, I don't know. This kind of stuff intrigues me. Alright. So we'll try that. And then... I mean, we could just leave it up to the end there. Oh, so you're sadistic. Yeah, basically. That's the answer. Alright. Let's do another radiator here instead. Straight one. Because the thing is, in the wiki, they recommend using, they say, well, wait, you should try using a heater. And I'm like, I I've never seen a heater on this station. A gas heater, no. It's not even in the science blueprints. Only freezers are. So I don't know if a heater exists on this or not. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know anything. Okay, so this will be the primary port. Just wanted to pop in. What's up? I'm glad to see you up and playing again. Have a good run, learns lots. Why, thank you. Alright, so this one we'll do 97 and 3. Now, so let's see, let's turn this on just to, so we're just going to get the gas temperature up. You know what I should do? Let's just set this to like 60-40 or something. There we go. That should be plenty hot. Da, 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 da. All right, let's turn that off. And now, this is like old school Space Station 13. This is how this is how the TEG used to work. Before it's just like, oh no, you just burn the gas in the frickin' pipes now. But it used to be you'd have to like run radiator panels under it and stuff. Actually, I think I'm being untrue there. Whatever. Okay. So yeah, lots of water vapor in there. Let's see what happens now. It could be from the scrubber before, so we'll just give it a little bit. Just oxygen. Very hot, but why does it only have oxygen in it? It's definitely hot. So that's working. We know that's working. But it's only got oxygen in it. Did I not wrench down the plasma canister? Oh, they're both wrenched down. Yeah, 97 and 3. So that's working. Yeah, 97 and 3 in there. And that goes through the pipes. And only 3 moles of oxygen is left? What? Why? The plasma just burns up? What's happening? That's really weird. Nothing's really come out here yet. Yeah, we've got plasma. And we've got oxygen in here. Maybe I need to let it through with more pressure. Maybe I do need one of those volumetric pumps. Maybe the pressure's too low. Set to max pressure, it'll just, everything will be gone. Let's do like 300. Whoop, not 3,000. Just dump the whole can in. Sure. It's a lot more pressure. Why it says outlet no gases, I'm not sure. It's on. I don't know. I can't access the manifold, sadly, without opening the door, which I could do, but it's going to empty out, it's going to vent the chamber. It should be working. I don't know. That's weird. Well, let's do this so at least I can view this. 97 and 3 in there. Oh, we're getting a little bit. I saw a little bit of trit there for like a brief minute. Is it just going too fast? Is that the problem? Maybe I need to lower the pressure, actually. Bring it down to like 10 or something. Like really slow. I think the pressure's just too high. That's the problem. It's going through there too fast. So the reaction doesn't really have time to... It's like it's going through there too fast, but also not fast enough because there's still water vapor in there. It's not even a better ratio. It's worse. Wah. World players know they're at the peak. That the peak rule is janitor. If you master, you've bested the game. You maybe. Yeah, I don't quite know. On one hand, it's like it was going too fast, but then on the other hand, it was like not fast enough. Because there's still so much oxygen left. It's like the 96 to 1.2 with the other gases. Should be, yeah. And the reaction just didn't happen. So I think trying to do it through a radiator doesn't work for that reason. Or maybe I just need an even longer radiator. I need a bigger chamber. But I think the problem is trying to filter out the... I do not know. My Geiger sounder sounds like a warehouse raven. It's very exciting. I believe it. Yeah, I don't think it quite works. So, it was a nice try. That doesn't work. And I think I know why it doesn't work. Because all right, let's I need to fill up my O2. I think it doesn't work because it needs to have after you, like, only oxygen above 97% gets converted into tritium. So you actually, it basically needs to be, it's almost like it needs to be an oxygen-laden environment, and then the rest of the plasma and oxygen can get converted. It's kind of weird. Oh, turn my oxygen on. So that didn't really work, but it was a nice idea. Well, I'm going to try the other idea that I had then. I'll just take all these radiators back out. I can carry them. That's good to know. Da, 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 da. I would like an air sensor, but you know what? I think that's just wishing for a little bit too much. I'm just going to put 3 scrubbers in. And, oh, wrench. Yeah, that's really confusing. So on this server, it's a wrench to disassemble windows, not a screwdriver, not a crowbar. So that always trips me up. Air scrubber. Oh.
A solar flare has erupted from the nearby star. This may cause some channels to go down for the duration of the flare.
Ah, the solar flare. That's a great way to get docking fines. Oh, the solar flare was up. You didn't radio into dock. So now you've got $1 million fine. It usually doesn't go up that high. I think like the first one's like 10,000. I'm pretty sure I was streaming, but I got one once, and I didn't notice. I didn't even notice that they sent me the fax with the fine on it. And then the guy called me to, like, hey, you got to pay your space fine. And I had a robot on my crew. And I'm like, oh, I was probably picking up the robot. Okay, well, you know, they've like worked so hard. I'll just consider it part of their share, you know, because they're not going to get a share because they're a robot. And then they're like, oh, you have the robot with you. I'm going to waive the fine. Just don't do it again. So apparently my robot had like more connections than I did. It's ridiculous. Let's see. My robot had connections. Second one in. Another. Another little pump doodad. Oh man, I got the double debuff. Food and water. Better go take care of that. And check on the engine. Alright. Drink from my water bottle. Some people play the whole shift hungry because they should do this on Good Station. They should have a food and water debuff that affects your walk speed. People would eat then. They kind of have it, right? Because it'll make you unable to sprint, but everybody knows that you don't need to sprint anyway. Nobody cares about sprinting. All right. So, steel sheets. That's what I need to go get.
The solar flare has passed.
I
Communications are
forgot.
operational once more.
There we go. I got the development environment working, so I've contemplated trying to submit some ships because you have to map them out in game and then save the grid and send that. And I'm like, I'm sure I could make some ships that would be useful. There's not really a botany salvage ship, and I think there should be. I mean, there's a botany science one, so why can't there be a botany salvage one? Let's see here. Directional window again. Boop. And then put the glass back. Alright, so turn that on. Oops, put that back. I might need to, I didn't realize I'd unwrenched it. Yeah, I gotta take apart the window now. Wah. Life's hard. I gotta take apart my window. Let's see. Now wrench the pump down. Now we can put the window back. Sure hope I can put the air scrubbers back in without taking the windows down. Guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. So, interesting thing, you can actually press R to rotate the things in place. That's very handy. Something I did not know. I did not know about it. Alright. I need my multi-tool to grab this one. And, okay, so we got scrubbers all over the place now. Interesting is they're sensors too, so we will enable it. As long as we could just keep it as that. We don't want to take out the plasma. Basically just want to extricate the other gases. There we go. So now they should all be doing that, right? Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. Let's take the plasma can and move it back up. Alright, go back to 97. I'm gonna reduce this to like 50. Okay. So we'll turn this on. Yes, we got 3 scrubbers working. Oh boy. That fire's going. Well, we are getting... Oh, not really. Still so much water vapor. What if I just go up to 99? See if that helps. Well, that's starting to run out of oxygen in that can. It's so hot. Yeah, I don't know. Go back to 97. What if I just do 50-50? We'll just increase the amount of plasma. Well, it actually did help a bit. Getting a better ratio now. A little bit. It helped for a little bit. Haven't gotten to carbon dioxide yet, although it's probably coming. What's this set at? I'm gonna set this like super low. I think that's the problem. It's just too high. The scrubbers just can't keep up. I have 3 of them, and they can't keep up. Oh, there we go. See, you're starting to get a little bit of CO2 because the plasma ratio was too high. Ten times more water vapor than tritium. Oh my god. Yeah, that's about what's reflected in the barrel too. Uh, so I think Joel's try along with 99. It's a spaced burn chamber to perhaps help mitigate the water vapor. Spaced. That's interesting. That's not something I would have considered. Sounds wild, but I've seen it. I didn't think you could do that because you have to maybe I guess I could just take up the floor now that the scrubbers are built. Sure, why not? You know, I'm just wasting gas anyway. Turn that off. A little red warning sign. By the way, it's hotter than the sun in there. Maybe you should wait. Just evacuate the gases. There we go. Okay, well, let's see here. What is it? Crowbar? Is it wire cutters? I'm not sure how you disassemble floor tiles, though. Never actually done it. Da, 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 da. Crowbar doesn't work. Wire cutter, wrench. Not sure how you, Only problem with that one is I'm not sure how you, RCD and deconstruct. Yeah, maybe. I don't have an RCD. Welder? No, I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to go through all the trouble putting that stupid mask back on. Whatever. Just try. Da, 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 da. I'm lazy. Nope. Here, you know what we'll do? We'll try a low. I'll try a really low flow rate, 5 liters a second. It's extremely low. I'll try 99 and 1. How much do I even have left? Not much. Wait for it to fill up a little bit. Da, 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 da. Fill up my oxygen. Grab this thing. Turn on my oxygen tank. Think the screwdriver works. Well, the crowbar will remove plating, but not. But it's not going to remove.
Atmos waste systems in the sector appear to be
Move the underplating.
Experience gas buildup until they reset. Nanotrason has remotely triggered the ship's FTL drive to adhere to traffic guidelines and ensure non-collision. The ship has left the sector.
Okay. Yeah, screwdriver doesn't work. You can use a crowbar to remove this plating, but the underplating you can't remove. LNTG required an RCD or thermite. Well, it probably requires that here. Well, that's fine. We can get an RCD, but we have to go back to a station for it. I don't want to go back right now, so we'll just wait. Have to go back eventually. Got to go get some food. Oh, the station where I get that food might not have the RCD. Da, 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 da. Use the dumpster to pick up garbage. I'm picking up garbage. There we go. Whee. Okay. Deactivate. Dump on the ground. There we go. Okay. Really? Okay, maybe I gotta turn this up. Turn this up to 25 and I'll turn it back down. Just to get the pressure built up. Da, 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 da. Alright, let's turn it back down. I've had some success with this, but it takes forever. It's not quite. Let's go 50 just to get some gas in there. Back to 5. Come on. Probably because this is going quite low. Da, 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 da. Oops. Turn up to 100. There we go. Back down to 5. Still not quite. See? You get more tritium this way. And no water vapor. fact, it's so pure, you can kind of see the little green tritium thing. Now, the problem is this is a very small amount of reaction. That's the main issue. But it does work. I could probably just leave this here until the oxygen runs out. Which it eventually will. Jeez. So much water vapor. Another idea I've had is flooding the chamber with oxygen and then just doing a 1-to-1 ratio. So I could try that next. You know? See if that works. Let's see if we can go find some food. Turn my gas on.
Some ships' APCs to protect them from damages.
Yeah, so that's another way to do it. All right, let's go find some food and probably some gas too. We got the casino. They aren't gonna have food there. So the place is usually called Tiena's Rest, or it's called, or it'll be called Bahama Mamas. There's the Edison power plant. Oh, is that a gas miner? Yeah, that's a retort. Dropping off their gas before they either turn in or head back out. The retort is a asteroid gas mining ship. The problem with asteroid gas mining is that it's not really worth it. It takes a lot of labor to set up, and unless you're making, even if you make trit or even freeze on, you could have made more money by scavenging wrecks or doing weird plant botany, plant Atmos science. Asteroid mining is horribly nerfed, and they need to do some changes to make it worthwhile. It's fun, but there's just like that bone in me. It's like, yeah, I like to have fun, but you know, I'm not one of these guys that has like 25 million bucks, so I could just do whatever. So I'd like to actually at least try to be efficient. I haven't been succeeding lately. I mean, if I wanted to make money, I would have just gotten a chisel and went mining. That's basically how you make money. Cargo depot. Yeah, you know what? I should probably just use the map instead of flying around aimlessly. No Bahamas Mamas. They're Tiena's Rest. Yes. There we go. I could just leave this in cruise. Like, hope I don't crash into something. We'll do a little bit. We'll let the drive mode slow us down. Yeah, this is still going. Oh, we ran into a wreck a little bit. Well, we'll just push it out of the way. uh, you really can't damage your ship unless you hit something hard, and even then, you might just damage. You probably won't damage anything important. Just the walls. There was a guy who it was like my first couple times playing. There was a guy on the radio talking about how he kept on leaving his ship in cruise and running into Frontier Outpost. And Frontier Outpost has its damage disabled, so you can't actually damage it. And I'm pretty sure it would be against the rules if you were to. Found some drugs in a weird jar. Obviously, eat all the jars. Eat them all. Dissolve them in water. If the jar is what I think it is, you probably can't eat it anyways. You always take the floor pills. I don't know, man. On the wrecks, it can be pretty nasty. I should probably turn off my oxygen if I'm not using it. Da-da-da. Let's go check on the thingy. The other thing that will happen is if you run into something, all your stuff that's loose will shake around. So that's exciting. Da-da-da. Omni Church. The Omni Church mainly has botany stuff. So if you find some seeds, you want to find out what they are, or maybe you want to grow them for some food, you go to the Omni Church. Bring your own water, because I don't have any. I don't think they do anyway. Combine it with fiber. Space Mirage. Combine it with fiber to acquire carpets. I don't know much about Frontiers. Your ship's max phosphorus profile, how many thruster you have? No, it's 30. It's capped. Mainly, the main thing thrusters upgrades do is they increase your acceleration and maneuverability. The other thing is there's a bug where if you have upgrade some of your thrusters to blue space ones, not all of them, just some of them, get to 30, and then quickly turn off and turn on the blue space ones, you'll be able to get up to like 75, I think. But that's a little fast. It's a little fast. There we go. Dock here at Tiana's Rest. We can buy some gas. Too fast. Go. Fill up my O2. Let's see here. Yeah, it's still just chugging along. So much more water vapor. But it should improve over time. Da-da-da. Ooh, nice doors. Let's see if this place is being despoiled. Shot glass. Air cans. Bunch of air cans. Here's the kitchen. Oh, got some big carrots. Well, I'll take some of these so that I can fix my eye damage. Nom, 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 nom. Free bar, you can make your own drinks, basically. There. This will fix my... Like pumpkins? These are like some sort of like mutated carrots. Holy smokes, that's those are some big coconuts. Yeah, someone was around here. Oh, they got some Potency 50 cocoa pods, bungos. Jeez. There, got my eyes fixed. A couple more of these will heal up my hunger. There we go. Drink up water. And got a full service kitchen in there too. So you can do quite a bit. There we go. We're back in the saddle. And I think they have gas here too. Got a bunch of money on the tables.
Attention.
Walk on puddles. What's this? Bathrooms? Maybe they don't have gas. I thought they had gas here. That would have been a bit too full service. People just spend their whole shift here. They'd spend their whole bleeding shift. Yeah, no gas. Unfortunate. Mothroach gasps. Da, 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 da. You see how the oxygen's slowly building up? Now, I'm pretty sure if I tried to turn this to, say, 60-40. That would just let more trite in. More plasma in to become trite. Well, it is working. At this hilariously low volume. Plasma concentration's increasing, but not meaningfully slow. So, we'll see what happens there in a little bit. Let's see. Fortunately, you don't have to worry about radioing for docking and undocking it. Gran and Go Foods? Okay. Where would they have? I don't want to go. I think the Omni Church has, actually. Need some uranium. Gotta keep my machines running. I have machines. Gotta keep the machines running.
bottom of the wave.
Oh. So the Omni Church, it mainly just has botany, I think. I don't know, we'll check it out. Can go and take a look. I don't remember everything. Oh, got water vapor in here now. So we'll change it back. Although notably the nope, never mind. Yeah, so let's just turn this off and wait for the water vapor to go away. Just want some gas. Really? They don't have gas here either? Turn my mag boots off. Da, da, da. See, here's botany. The nice thing is this pool. If you're ever like on a ship, like a druid or something, and you need a lot of water because all your tanks dried up, you can come here, and this pool has unlimited water. So I thought you'd have to bring your own water, but nope, it is not the case. The engineering section, nope, nothing. Stuff here. There's some stuff in here for the chaplain. Microwave. So you got the different altars. I don't know what these do. I don't know how to use them. There's a reagent grinder there, notably. Some more altars. A morgue. Toilet. Apparently if you're a goblin you can jump in toilets. Alright, well sadly there's no gas here either. Hello, bus. No, it's still just generating water vapor. Guess I just have to vent the chamber manually. Once there's water vapor in there, it just screws everything up. The pressure's too high, I imagine. And the temperature, I think the temperature has to be kept down to a degree. I don't know. Turn this off. All right. No gas here. Well, medical dispatch is nearby, and they do have gas there for sure. So we'll go there. Yay! Da, 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 da. But yeah, I think I'll have to watch some. YouTube videos. See, because some people explain it. I always try to avoid doing that, but I'm not learning enough on my own. So I'll have to do it that way. Apparently, Light and Head. That's who all the Redditors like. Look at this guy. Just comes in. See, he just crashed into medical dispatch. What a guy. Learn to drive. Here, right out. Oh, come on. You can hold your breath longer than that. This is medical dispatch. It's usually just where medical people are. Let's see. So plasma. Uranium. Can I just get gas? Who's up for chess? Or poker? I'm just gonna leave them to it. I don't know what's going on. Got a moth roach. Hitchhiker. Hitchhiking moth roach. Oh, he died. Too bad. Well, no point in going to waste. Eh. Slime ball. Puddle. Okay. Whatevs, man. Well, I suppose I should go do some mining or something to try to pay for all this, since it's not gone well. So I might as well go and do something that actually will go well. I'm just going to take a quick break, though, and get a drink. I'll be right back. There we go. Da, da, da. Gotta go to the big rocks. Da, 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 da. See that asteroid appear and disappear? Crazy. Oh, that was a pretty big one.
attention.
There we go. Let's see here. Turns up to like 100 just to flood the thing. Why isn't that working? Oh, I turned this off. Da, 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 da. Oh, my tank ran out. It's okay, I've got another down here. So put this one. Just kind of curious what happens if I ignite just a whole whack of it at once. I got a bit. I think a lot of it turned into water vapor, as it does. If I'd set this to like 1. Oops. I'd set it to 100% plasma. Because I'm crazy. Just drip plasma in there. %14.
Warning, a nanotrazen AAT Vault MTL drive has errored and will land in our sector shortly. Anyone except security approaching within 200 meters of the vault will be arrested for trespassing and attempted theft.
Let's give that a little bit. Okay. So I need this thing. I put my wrench back. Oh, like that blaster had already mined? But it wasn't. So I use this to mine. I basically just mine from the deck of the ship for the first part. Because there's golems and stuff. Ore golems, and they want to hurt you. I don't want to get hurt by ore golem. So, stay back here and I mine. da. Would be nice if I had the big jetpack. Now, a lot of people, what they do is they get the modding drill or whatever, and they just go right in there. But the problem with that is that this guy, the guys like this show up, right? So what you do is you just drop this in space and shoot him. And shoot him again. There we go. And this way, I never expose myself to golems and getting beaten up by them. Because let me tell you, they'll really beat you up. And it will hurt a lot. You'll use up all your meds that you paid way too much money for. And then you have to wait for medical to come revive you. Speaking of which, I should make sure my coordinates are on. I didn't check that. I sadly don't have the upgraded ore processing stuff, so I unfortunately will only get not as much money as I would like, but whatever. If I can find some uranium to beat the gas bill, then I'll be happy with that. Costs me $1,500 every time I want to refill my gas. It is expensive. Boy, that's cooking. I think temperature just gets too hot, that's what it is. Which is good to know. Alright, so hold on. Let's try 100% primary. I'm going to try something a bit different. Should fill up pretty quick. There may have been some stuff stuck in there. A lot of plasma stuck in the pipe. Da, da, da. Gotta wait till things get more favorable. Let's see here. Turn that off, turn that off. Ignite. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. Maybe you have to have at least 1 mole of plasma? I don't know. Maybe you just need a larger volume of gas for it to work out. Interesting. Let's try 10. Pressure's building up pretty quick. Oh, now we're starting to see some flames. Oh, there we go. Vapor. Yeah. I don't know. I am so confused. It seems like it's just the temperature gets too high. That's what it is. Maybe having more gas in there would help keep it lower. Because now the temperature is too high. So the only thing I could do is I could take that oxygen, I could siphon that out and cool it all down, and then try it again. You know, that's an option. I'm pretty sure that's just what the issue is. Because even at 1, I'm going to go 5. I'm pretty sure it would still foul.
A solar flare has erupted from the nearby star. This may cause some channels to go down for the duration of the flare.
Yeah. Just turns to water vapor. So I think that's what causes it. But at least now we know. Just evacuate the chamber. The problem is that you go through like a buttload of oxygen. Because every time you have 100 moles in there or something, and then you have to evacuate it. Or I could build a little filter thing, and I could just put a little gas filter thing down here. I guess I could just repurpose this one, because this pipe isn't doing anything. That's what I was doing last night, but it took a while. That's just max. Oops, guess there was still a bit of plasma in there. That's like all going to be water vapor. Da, 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 da. So there. Lightly sealed out.
The solar flare has passed. Communications are operational once more.
Da, da, da. I wonder if there's like a Space Station 13 thing going on where oh, there we go. And the oxygen ran out and then it fouled. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know nothing of it. I think I'm just gonna have to watch some videos and maybe goof around on the dev server where I can actually like do actual experiments. Because the problem is trying to do it on live server, it takes so long to set anything up. So, yeah. It's easier to do it on a dev server. Frustrating. But Yorp, why don't you just talk to other players and they could show you what to do? I am sure that might work. And I imagine that's how most people learn. The trouble with doing that is it can be very hard to find somebody that wants to show you stuff. Most of the time, people want to brag. That's what they want. Yeah. And so it's very frustrating. One particular thing that is endemic to Space Station 14 and Space Station 13 is over-helpfulness. How could that be a problem? You know, people are helping. Why is that bad? They're not helping for your sake. They're helping because they want to show off how much they know. That's why they're helping. And this comes through because they will help you if you didn't ask for help. So what happens is people just wait. They wait till you hit a wrong button, or oh, you took a little bit too long because maybe the situation's stressful or whatever. And then, did you know that you could have done that other thing? Did you know that? They won't even RP. They'll just come in LOC. You should have used that. You should have done this other thing. You could have, you shouldn't have done it that way. That was totally the wrong thing to do. And I'm just like, oh my God. It's so frustrating. It's like, yes, I made a mistake. Thank you for pointing it out in the most obnoxious way possible. It is one of the things that is most annoying. Is yeah. If people are asking for help, then yes, by all means, help them. But maybe do it in a way that doesn't just point out all their mistakes to them. Because that's kind of a mean thing to do. Don't be a grognard, yeah. roof. And the only reason why I'm feeling particularly ranty about it is that the other day I was playing on a crew because, you gotta socialize. It's nice. Nice to socialize. So I was playing on a crew, and it was actually, it was going all right. And then this person, they want to go mining. They want to make money. We're not, we're not going to make a ton of money salvaging. We're getting a lot of cool stuff, but we're not making any money. So they want to go mining. So fine, let's go mining. So I was actually working on the little Atmos setup that I've been using now here. I was working on that, at that time. But anyways, so they want to go mining, so we're gonna go mining, and we're mining, and then they died to monsters right away. They died to the monsters, and like, oh god, I gotta help them. Fortunately, I started out with a medical build, so I was able to I had medicine because we never stopped for any. And my first mistake was I tried to. My jetpack ran out of gas. My first mistake was there we go. There we go. I tried to drag them away without killing the monsters first. And so it wasn't working, and I had to run back, heal, and then go back. Meanwhile, they're gasping for air because they're in crit. But okay, fine. I got them back. And then the second mistake was I didn't inject them with epinephrine right away, which, admittedly, I should have. Instead, I was treating the brute damage and stuff, and I should have just injected them with epinephrine right away. But anyways, so I managed to revive them because at the end I'm like, geez, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this asphyxiation damage. Topicals aren't going to cut it. I don't have any. And then I just noticed on my belt, I'm like, epinephrine, I have like 2 pens. So I jabbed them, and that got them back up and running. The first thing I hear on the LOOC, as soon as they revive, use an epi, man. And I'm like, I did. Yeah, eventually. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm done. Goodbye. And then they're like, wait, what? And I just left. I took off my gear, and I'm just like, see you. I'm not gonna, the first point, the first thing that you've got to say after I revive you, saving you like a big weight saving us all a big weight to wait on the first responder to come and do it, is you're complaining that I didn't revive you in precisely the optimal way. No, I'm not dealing with that. Goodbye. Like, man. And contrast that with I don't think I didn't stream that one. I did some expeditions. I'm trying to remember if I streamed that round or not. I can't remember. But I did some expeditions with some guy, and I was new to expeditions. I had never done them before. And they, and they made some mistakes and got themselves killed by the monsters. And again, I rushed right in. I didn't know the perfect things to do, but I made a couple of mistakes. But I got them revived. And they didn't. The first words out of their mouths weren't, "Oh, you screwed up. You didn't do it the right way." They was like, "Oh, thank you for reviving me." Thank you for making sure that our time was not for naught and I didn't get stranded on a planet. Like, man. It's not hard to not be a jerk. And you could always ask. You'd always say, oh, by the way, I have some feedback if you're interested, just in like how you could have, maybe done that better if you're interested in that. Like, that would have been even better. At least ask. If you're really wound up about it. But there's no reason to be wound up because you know what? I got the job done. But it was like, ugh. Big difference. Yeah, later you can ask, like, yeah. But it is a problem. I actually seen it. I think it does happen more on Frontier Station because the community tries to pride themselves on being helpful, but they sometimes don't understand the difference between being helpful and being like pretentious. A funny incident happened. I actually was on that same crew. The station rep, who's like they're kind of like like the command authority in the sector. We brought. Oh yeah, this was the gas mining people. No, this was a different one. For some reason, they thought they could sell their gas at Frontier Outpost, so they docked there. And then the station rep's like, "You can't sell that here. Don't get that gas off the station. People might die." They probably, yeah, it's true. So they got off the station. The station rep follows us back to the ship to like try to like help us. So like, "Oh, where did it go? Where could you sell it and stuff?" But they didn't actually, you know, ask. And then the pilot started undocking the ship. We're like, Amber alerted the station rep. They're like, "Hey, stop, turn around." Amber alert. The station rep has been abducted. We returned them. Nothing happened. They're like, "I was just trying to help." Yeah. Yeah. Out of juice again. Hell, I recall watching your time in midship. That gave you the basics. Let you experiment later and offered to... Yeah. Actually, yeah, that is actually a really good example of like teaching someone how to do stuff. Jacob's a pretty ace though. He's pretty good. I've seen him a couple times. He's a good guy. But at least his character is, Maybe he's not. Maybe he's a huge jerk. I don't know. But yeah, he did a pretty good job of like teaching you the basics and and then letting you work with it. Not giving a huge pile of crap. That guy bled all over the place. You didn't screw it up. He's like, well, he did bleed. You probably got it. You got to mix that stuff. Oh yeah.
Atmos waste systems in the sector appear to be malfunctioning. Some ships may
The other thing I wonder.
gas buildup until they reset.
We'll copy all the hot oxygen out. See if we can filter it out. And we'll try again. The problem is, it's just that the oxygen gets too hot. Then I think all you can do is do like burst. Burst injections or something. Just fill up the chamber as much as it'll go. I wonder if that would work. We'll try. I have another can. I've got oxygen. I'll just fill it up as much as it'll go, and then try and see what happens. Why not? Mining. The downside to this method is that it does take longer because you gotta go keep refilling your jetpack. If you have a better jetpack, you can get around it, but... Oh. The other downside is that sometimes the monsters, you saw it once sneaking around. There he is. Monsters. Hope you don't see a monsters. It's gotten through just general buy. You can get it through research, and you can also find it on Rex. So I could try to bug a guy for it, but then I got to pay money, and I don't want to pay any money. I'm already losing a ton of money on this, so I'm trying to mine so I can make some back. I do like the Comet, though, the ship that I'm using, because it's good for trying out little engineering things. You can use it for, light that up. Where's the... Oh. What makes mining so profitable? Look at how much ore there is. Look at it. There's tons. That's basically it. There's just a lot. And if you get the industrial ore processor with the super parts, you can make even more. Because you can get down to like half the. You can get down to 50% ore cost. So then you just manufacture glass and stuff. Is it that no one wants to do it with quantity? I don't understand. It's just that there's lots. That's it. There's just a lot of ore. And, there's monsters. The quantity of ore and work versus other jobs. The problem with the other jobs is, what am I doing? Just get this. Die. There we go. The problem with the other jobs is, okay, let's take research, for example, because I've done research. The main problem with research is that you sell blueprints. So basically you sell the ability for other people to put the blueprints into their fab. Maybe you get 5 to 10K. Maybe. And plus you got to take the time out and go deliver it, which is, frustrating. Because if you don't deliver it, you don't get paid at all. In addition, a lot of times with other jobs, people will do them for free. So, for example, I'm a scientist. I'm done my shift. I'm going to log off. Well, I'm just going to leave all the stuff, my R&D server, because you can do that. You can just unplug it. And I'll leave that, along with, some blueprints that I got or whatever else. I'll just leave that at the frontier outposts for somebody else to use. I'm helping. The problem is now somebody else just gets all that work and they can just do whatever, and you can't actually make any money. Because you can't. How are you going to make any money? Somebody else got it all for free. Not saying it's bad for us to be able to get things for free. I'm not saying communism's bad, but it really sucks when you got to buy money for the ships and stuff. And, you can't sell it. Food truck can actually make a decent amount of money. I was doing it, and it's a decent amount of money, especially I imagine once you get your recipe workflows and stuff sorted. What was I doing here? Oh yeah, waiting for the oxygen to drain out. Did it all drain out of here? Yeah. Probably hasn't all made it to here yet though. Probably still waiting for it, eh? I think so. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta build a little, repurpose this one. We can do that right now. Nobody else can do R&D and sell the items themselves. So it's not that nobody else can do it. It's that if you see a guy selling R&D blueprints for, say, 5K, but another guy's just giving them away, are you going to pay 5K when you don't need to? Most people wouldn't. Maybe you would. Maybe you're silly, Stradivarian. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, is there stuff trapped in here? Whatever. Gases get trapped in the pipes sometimes. Let's see. Get that out. What? WAV file. I don't know. Buffalonium's telling me stuff, but I can't hear her. My headphones are on. She's quiet, so.
Having a good walk will help those gases come out of your pipe.
I don't get it. She says maybe a good WAV file makes the gases come out of your pipes.
Walk.
Walk. Oh, yes, a walk. Not a WAV. See, I can't hear you. The headphones are...
Wild file. Fuck.
I don't know. Filter.
Too nerdy.
Oh, I'm too nerdy apparently.
The hell is a
WAV file? You don't know what a WAV file is? You don't know? I'm talking to Buffalonium now.
Well, they might know.
Well, they know. I hope they know. Selling things involves talking to people. I have crippling socialization issues. Oh no! That must be why you made it play a farty spaceman game. So basically, we want to filter out oxygen. Wait for that to do its thing. It's easy to figure out an artifact than try to make a deal. It's true, and it takes time. And the thing about mining is you can just mine the ore and sell it at the trade mall. You don't even have to talk to anybody. You don't have to do anything. And so a lot of these reasons are why mining is probably the most... It's definitely the most profitable thing you can do. Food truck, you might be able to make like 100 or 200K if you really get out there and hustle. Because the problem is a lot of people don't read the radio. So they don't know that you're selling any food. And you can try to go and meet their ships. That's what I usually do. Some people get really mad when you do that, which is actually pretty funny. It's like it only makes me want to do it more. But yeah, you just go and dock up with the ship and then try to... And if you do, they'll probably come and get some food, because that movement debuff is really annoying. It's super annoying. Oh, look at it. Did you see how he tried to hide around the corner? I'll just wait here for you. Da, da, da. Buy a thing or two, make Synth's meat and grow the Borgers. The recipes in this are a lot more complicated than the ones in Space Station 13. There's multiple appliances involved. You got to use that. I showed you that recipe thing earlier. I don't know if you were here for that. How annoying it is to find the recipes. And then you gotta, like, learn them. And it's kind of frustrating that I'll show you. I'll show you when I go back to the ship. Gotta take that guy down. Meta learn or just learn? Meta learn, basically. Because unfortunately, as good as the in-game tooltips are, the stuff for recipes and cooking is really not good. And I'll show you what I mean. You will see. And you compare it to Goon Station's like oven, where it'll tell you like, oh, you need this. And you need to cook it for this long, and you have to use this appliance. Eh. Da, 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 da. And the main thing is the directions are good. It's just the presentation is what holds it back. There you are. I found you. Eh. Alright. Head back to the ship. Whoa. I was zooming. I was a zoomer. Let's see that. That. Da, 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 da. How's this looking? 153. That's not that much. Well, if I want to continue experimenting, I think I'll have to use my oxygen can, my main, my one I've been using for refueling. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see, activate this. So ore box works similar to the construction. I've been pretty impressed with some things on Space Station 14. They've got a lot of things right. Like that, the way you build stuff, I like that ghost construction thing and the tooltips, like show you like, oh, this is the next step, this is the next step. That works really well. And it would be nice if they did something like that with the cooking system. Alright. Just gonna pick up some ores. But I'll show you what I mean. Don't worry. Da, 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 da. So you need to upgrade for mining on your suit. It helps. You can get, you can definitely get some better, resistances. Like if I had a mining suit, I probably would just go in there with the drill like other people do. When you have a good suit, it can be fine to do. Some races also get bonuses to like damage resistance, which can stack on top of your suit, so they can be pretty tanky. Shell eggs, I think, are the best for that. The downside about being a shell egg is that traditional meds won't work on you. You can only use cryo meds. Fortunately, you can just drink them, but it causes a bit of a problem. Topical meds will still work. It's like the bruise packs and the ointment. But treating poison damage, yeah, you'll be out of luck. So what races are universal? I honestly don't know. I'm not even sure that shell egg are actually, because I don't see them on the I think just the ones on the Space Station 14 wiki, but people have really gone to town coding in their own. So human, that's universal. I think all servers have a human. All right, deactivate that. Dump out the ore. I know moths are pretty popular, yeah. Okay, so check this out. I want to cook, right? So I go open this thing. Game menu. Okay, go to guidebook. Okay, so now I got the guidebook. Now, I do like that this is in the game. This is very helpful. Okay, look, we're on recipes already. Okay, so I want to make a dank pizza. I need to have these items. Okay, well, how am I going to get them? The UI is now covered with the guidebook. So I shift the guidebook over here. Hopefully I remember. I remember like three things because I have the mind of a pea. Okay, I need the cannabis leaves. Okay, oh, flat dough. How do I make flat dough? I guess I'll try searching for flat dough. Hopefully that works. That didn't work. Okay, let's try to find it. Other? Is it an other? Dough? Oh, there's flat dough there. No. How do I make flat dough? See? Already, like, you're lost. And then you got to go through all this whole thing to try to figure it out. In fact, I don't even know if dough's in here. Maybe dough's a chemical? Is that why it's not in here? Dough? Where's dough come from? Who knows? Comes, like, you know, this is the problem. It doesn't actually, you have to like try to figure out the precursors, but where are they? What are they? I don't know. How do I get them? Now, I looked at the Space Station 14 wiki, the main wiki for Wizard's Den, and there it actually has the recipes for dough. And thankfully, they're the same ones, so I was able to do that. But the problem is that the recipes on this server are actually a bit different for some of the other foods. So if we go back into the guidebook, okay, let's go back to the food recipes, right? Okay, pizza. Look, it says you have to cook it in a stove. Well, on Wizard's Den, you use a microwave for all the cooking. So, so you can't actually just use the Wizard's Den wiki because some of the recipes are slightly different. It's really annoying. And there is no wiki for Frontier Station, so you can't even use like the web-based like that's the thing. Like with a wiki, you can just search. I can just search for flat dough, and like oh, it's on this page. Okay, and then try to find it. With the in-game guidebook, I can't do that. So it's just there's just problems. There's problems. Magnet off on this? Turn the magnet on. There we go. Alright, let's see here. 200 steel. Don't need that much. 100. Start with uranium for gas. Yeah, you either have to write it down for doing the roll, or heck on, or heck it on, whatever translates over and isn't meant. Yep. And it's just very frustrating. It is quite frustrating. All right. Getting a little bit of lag. There. Oh, I'm probably going to turn it in soon, so you know what? Let's go ahead and just try flooding this thing. Oh, head back. It's getting pretty late, so head back and sell. We'll see. We'll see how much money I didn't make. Isn't that exciting? Where? This stream should be called Europe Wines a Lot. Because I can't hear you over the sound of all your crying and complaining. It's true. Trade mall. There we go. But yeah, what I would do if I had the, if I was like wanting to code for this, which I don't because I don't have the time or inclination to learn that, is I would have the recipes so you click on them. And then it has like a little like thing, maybe over here, out of the way, and like transparent. And it just has like all the precursors, and then you click on them, and then it tells you how to make them. That's what I would do. So it's like, oh, you need flat dough. You click on flat dough, it comes out in a little collapsible. It's like, oh, it's this. Oh, okay. Where do you source like, for basic ingredients like flour? Where do you get that from? It comes from wheat. But have a little drop down that tells that. Yeah, a few games do that, and it's huge. Yeah. Well, World of Warcraft does it. World of Warcraft tells you where to get everything, and doing a quest, you know where to get everything, and that makes it accessible. And I thought that one of the things that people in Space Station 14 were trying to do was make things accessible. Maybe they weren't. Maybe that was all a pipe dream. Let you dive 3 to 4 tiers without leaving the main guide. Yep. It helps. I'll fly over to the trade mall and then I'll just park just outside and do some other stuff.
Attention.
Let's use cruise mode. Plundering derelicts can be pretty fun just to get some interesting goodies. I'm a little bit scared off because the last time I did it, I found 2 other players, and then we were doing it together, and all of us died. Oh boy. It's the problem with crews. What the heck is this thing? Somebody took a camper and turned it into that? The honk builder? Oh, it's a big H. Okay. Guess that makes sense. The Cramper is like a very basic, cheap shuttle. You basically take it so that you can go somewhere else and buy a different ship there. Or if you want to go like touring or something. Help, stuck in space. Uh-oh. Hey, do I have my coordinates on? There we go. Not that it matters now. All right. What? New RTGs for the Honk Fortress. Nice. RTGs. I wonder what the Honk Fortress is. I mean, I think I passed it, but like, I wonder what the deal is. All right. Let's go and, well, I gotta use the other can now. Oh, because the scrubber filtered it all out. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Forgot I have to turn off the, oh, and then the lights died. It's pretty funny. Da, da, da. Gotta go and crowbar open all the doors. Da, 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 da. I mean, as a if you're running a food shop, it's not all bad. You can salvage as a side gig. So it's not all bad. Let's see here. Grab this thing. So we're just going to try to produce as much materials as we can. I like to just start with things I can produce 100 of. There we go. It'll take a little bit. This is the regular processor, so it takes forever.
Attention.
319. I feel like I had more than that. So gas filtering is pretty simple. You just chuck it. Oh. It's also pretty easy to do wrong if you do it that way. Filter goes in the side port. And then remaining products go in the bottom port. Okay, we're filtering that, so put that in here. And then I'll just take an oxygen can. And then just turn it on. And it slowly does its thing. Why is there plasma in here? Maybe there was some plasma still in the... Sometimes gases get like stuck in there or something. I don't know. Like I think there's still gases stuck in this thing. And then I don't know, they can't get out for some reason. Like see, it's got like 60 moles of oxygen in here. And it's not moving. So I don't know why that happens. It's just because the pressure's too low? The pressure seems pretty high in there. So we'll switch these two around. First, oh, nope.
Scans indicate an unknown ship is about to MTL into the sector. Any attempts to
Yeah, you
dock
see?
the vessel are done at your own risk.
It's almost like you need like a couple empty cans just laying around to suck up all the excess gas. I don't quite know how to stop that. It's a very annoying feature of this game. So I'll grab this one. We'll do the same thing here. Probably shouldn't have left that thing on. Oh well. See, still got a little bit left. Tiny bit. wonder if I actually help now. It is extremely frustrating, especially if you want to use the same thing to get the same filter. You can't. Because you will always end up with this annoying problem. Still have plasma in here that I gotta get rid of. Which means no matter what, Gee whiz. Wonder if you just need to build like a really long one, and then instead of using like just have each filter only dedicated to one task or something. I don't know. All I know is it's real frustrating.
Sector appear to be malfunctioning. Some ships may experience gas buildup until they reset.
Da, 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 da. Getting less now. That'll be good enough. You know, this can could basically be pumped in the way it is. Get 6 whole moles of trite. Wow. Potentially. I could buy a could try just to buy an oxygen tank. It has like a tiny bit. Oh yeah, and incidentally, if I hook this up now back to here, it'll probably fill up a bit. Yeah. With a whole bunch of other stuff. Because for some reason, I don't know what it is. If you don't have full cans, it's like the low pressure allows them to pump better. I tried putting pumps on the end. It doesn't help. I don't know what is going on. There's just Atmos jank that makes no sense to me. This is something you don't really have to deal with a lot in other games. I feel like they put this in here just to troll people that want to mess with the Atmos system. Oh, you want to do Atmos stuff, eh? I could just build a little thing here and just build a row of filters for the things I care about. Let's see. Let's try. Bunch of rods. Okay, here's what we'll... Oh! Okay. So what we'll do is... get rid of that. Let's see. I'm going to try something here. So, the initial one there. Basically, I want one for oxygen and tritium, and that's it. That's all I care about. Everything else can just go into the thing. So, and then I shall require steel sheet. Da, da, da. Might have to run some wire down here too. I don't know, it seems to be fine. Da, 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 da. So this one will be tritium. This one will be oxygen. There. All right. Turn it on. Turn it on. There we go. This one. There. Okay. And then let's hook it back up and get a little bit more out. A lot more. My goodness. See, I don't really understand what happens. How come now that's still stuck in there? You gotta wait for this to do its thing. And then you gotta move it back over. So yeah, there's stuff about Atmos that I just do not get. Maybe I could build like a more convoluted thing where like the scrubbers actually actively filter out the oxygen and the thing like into their own cans. And so I don't even think that would help actually, but you know, you could build a more convoluted thing that would do that. Maybe next time I'll do that. I'll go put some uranium in the thingies. So we don't run out of power. I guess it didn't need that much, but there we go. Da 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 da. More steel. Here's hoping if there's any good matters for saving and is there any good matters for saving custom ship designs in terms of prefab costs? You can't save the ship design, but what you can do is you can go on a dev server and you can create a ship and then submit it so that you can actually buy the ship in game, which I think is pretty cool. I guess there's issues even with Space Station 14's engine where you can't really you can't have the rounds go on too long because I guess just too much crap builds up. So you can't have like the rounds go on too long, and apparently they can't save ship designs for similar reasons. I don't know. Would be nice. That would be nice. Okay. Da, da, da. There's a lot of oxygen stuck in there. It's a lot of water vapor. Some plasma. Not too concerned about plasma at the current moment because I actually don't waste a lot of it because I'm pumping so much oxygen in to places. Get this, fish this stuff out of the pipes. It's still got tons. My goodness. I have no idea what causes this or why it's like this. It is extremely frustrating. I don't know when it tops out. I've even tried putting like a gas pump on the end of this thing. Doesn't help. Is there even any logic? Like this is got 40 in. Still got like tons inside the pipes, I guess. I don't know. Oh, is that one turned off? Why are you turned off? I think the red light means it's not. There's no gas. Well, I guess that solves one problem. Didn't know one was actually turned off. Probably a bunch of stuff built up in that scrubber. Well, that one fills up. I'm going to take this one and I think next time I'll make it all one integrated system. What's this set at? I want 100% primary because that's what I want. Turn that on. I'm just going to flood the chamber. Oh. Did I turn these off of oxygen? No. There. Now it'll actually stay in there. Why do I have to be so brain dead sometimes? It's fine. It's a lot of plasma. I'm getting 22 moles of tritium out of this. Ran out already. Need to go grab some more. I can leave that on. Turn that off for the moment. Bet you just hooking it up will put oxygen in there. Yeah. $183 just for hooking it up. Da, 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 da. I'm calling you out. Jeez. Entire sector. Morden's going through some stuff, I see.
An electrokinetic front has hit the sector. APC units on ships may power down to avoid damages if you are caught in the wave.
Da, da, da. All right, let's dump this in. I'm getting there. Gonna need a lot more than that. 8%. Got to get it down to turn that off. Da, 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 da. This one back up.
The electrokinetic front has left the sector.
Still fishing some tritium out of these pipes. The purity of the gases also depend, like, makes it depend how much you'll sell it for. And sometimes when you're selling at Edison, there's still some gas in the chamber from like the guy before you. And if it's a different gas, that messes things up a little bit. Really annoying. Still going up pretty fast. Go get some oxygen while I wait. Da, 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 da. Do, do, do. Let's see how this is doing. Oops. Come on. Let's see. Silver bar. Glass. Plasma. Just do steel, however much it'll do. There we go. There. And I'll sell that in my silo for a maximum return. Next time what I'll probably do is just maybe here or here, just put in a row of gas filters and just filter everything out into its own cans. Be a lot easier. You just want the oxygen, recycled oxygen, and the tritium, and then the rest can just go into a waste can. $3.79. It's getting harder to push it below 6%, but that'll be too high if I try to. I could try to use the scrubber to take a little bit of the plasma out. Or I could just light the whole thing up and see what happens. Let's see if I can get any more oxygen out of it. There's always still stuff in the pipes.
Low-level EMP has flashed through the sector. CENTCOM has triggered a failsafe that may disable some ships' APCs to protect them from damages.
Well, let's see what happens if I light this up. Just going to create carbon dioxide, probably. From 25 degrees, and it created some carbon dioxide and some tritium. Light it up again. There we go. Well, surprisingly, at least it's creating less. At least it's creating carbon dioxide and tritium in about equal measure. So having a little bit too rich might be a better strategy. Now that water vapor's picking up. And just for funsies, this doesn't really matter. Oh, the pressure's like way too high. 17K, holy crap. Yeah, it's steamy. All right, whatever. And basically, the only things we're going to sell is this. We'll sell this. We'll turn this off, and we're going to sell that. And the silo. There we go. And the rest gets sold with the ship, but it actually gets sold a little bit less than. What's Pathfinder doing? I guess he's leaving. Gotta announce your dockings at. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. TME is a good place to check out if you've been on a round, if it's a couple hours into the round, because sometimes people leave stuff here. Because like they're at the end of their shift and they just want to get rid of stuff. So, you know, check it out. So, let's see how much my efforts were worth. Can I get out, please? $700. Wonderful.
Attention.
My aborted tritium manufacturing. Mineral silo. 21K. See? And that's just from the salvaging that we did. Right? And then this one's from the mining. $40. So that one asteroid was worth as much as all the salvaging that we did. Crazy stuff. I guess that's not technically true. I did get 15K from one of the wrecks before I started streaming, so I can just leave the ship here because I'm going to go sell it. I'm not going to take anything else with me. If I want it to be nice, I could try to leave those discs around, but there's only like 6 of them. It's not really worth it. Oh, you know what? Before I go do that, though, it's a lot of food. Person's just running a food mart. Should take off my bag and chuck that in there. It's usually a good idea to chuck all your unused gear in your ship, and then that way it'll sell too. If you're not planning on coming back. There we go. Do 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 do. Walk all the way over here because the ship cell console is way on the other side of the station for some reason. That's a big burger. 63K. Which was about what I bought it for, meaning it was about maybe 10K worth of stuff left on the ship. Oh yeah, don't forget to deposit your money here, otherwise it's just gone. There we go. I made like maybe 20K because I had to buy all that gas and equipment and stuff. One more thing just to check out. I feel bad that I keep walking by this guy's shop and it keeps opening every time I walk by. I think that's I think he linked up the airlock to do that though. Is you can actually go to this terminal. You can actually buy stuff that other people have sold. See, all the bananium and artifact fragments. You can actually, they're very expensive, but you can. Steel tiles. You can buy the fuel grade stuff. Bananium ore, 180 each. Refined diamond. You can buy boards. I think you can buy plasma. Yeah, you can't buy the plasma cans here. And this stuff, it kind of just has a lot of things that QM would have. Not all of them. A booze dispenser, bulk clean aids, a bureaucracy crate, candles, chemistry supplies. Kind of curious what comes in the chemistry supplies crate. I can spend I'll spend $700 to find out. Why not? I'll just leave it here for somebody. And it comes out of here. Or, no, sorry, it comes out of here. Ah. What's in here? Beaker box, pill caster, syringe, bottle. Oh, okay. Get some beakers and stuff. You can buy refills of a lot of chemicals if you can't find them anywhere else. You could just get a mech. I got nitrogen and oxygen canisters. The plant box works like the construction box, but for plants. It's a botany thing. Yeah, you can buy thrusters. Yeah, so that's what all is there. Well, there we go. That's going to be it for me for tonight. But thanks for hanging out. Crowds this way. Good playing this again. I hope it was a lovely stream. Always appreciate your late night streams. Oh, that's nice. I appreciate you for stopping by. There we go. All right. I'll see you all next